So just little old me and Dave for backup down there. But, things going on. The biggest things we've had going on really has been the event committee that we started, which is not just for the chamber, but for all of Roseland. So it's been really a good thing. Got a lot of volunteers in the event committee. You should be part of that too, actually, Fran. Just to be in touch with things.
I've actually stopped by and talked to him a few times. I was just doing some other things, but I could do that.
Yeah, because you need to be informed on that as well as everybody else. But it's been working out really good. We got grocery out at the school, the chamber, VFW, grocery outlet, and anybody else that wants to be part of the committee. So there's a lot of functions that are for the chamber to raise revenue, but it's not just for the chamber, it's also for the school, football club, grocery outlet, help everybody out for their activities as well, so we can all get together and coordinate as one group, like the Hashby does a lot of that. And it's been really successful. We've had 3 events so far that have been at the chamber. We got some coming up at the school, movie night. We had a movie night at the chamber recently that turned out pretty good, actually. We had a couple of vendor fairs at the chamber. First one was a flop, so we accredited their vendor fee to the next one. The next one was actually pretty good, and we had a lot of vendors. We got a lot of other activities coming up, in addition to the Armed Forces Day, which is the next big event for the chamber, and then the Christmas event. That's okay.
Is that September the?
September.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's the 19th, 21st, whatever the third Saturday is going to be. I don't have the date on top of my
Yeah,
head.
Armed Forces.
But and then in December, the first Saturday would be our Santa's Village, shut down the street, the vendors, and the vendors loved that event last year. Most of them sold out, so they were really happy with the event. How you doing today? Good. Hi, I'm Jack. Uh-huh. Good, good. You here for the chamber meeting? Yeah. Or are you just here hanging out with?
Checking on the restaurant owners. Is there still on that tonight?
Yes, there is. At 6 p.m. at Homo Hall.
I'll try and be there.
Sounds good. What was your name? Matthew? Good. Oh, okay. Then we'll be talking. So, but anyhow, the events have been really good. It's a really good coordination. Got a lot of things coming up, and we're real excited about it. And everybody on the committees has been wonderful. So, as far as the chamber itself, really don't have a lot to report on it. We've been so focused on the events and stuff that there really hadn't been a lot of focus on the chamber itself. So, but July 1st, for those that didn't just join recently, July 1st is our annual hoops. So I did want to talk about that for a sec. We did revamp I should say I did, I'm the programmers, but we did revamp the chamber website. And do you want to come in or have a question, or did you want to introduce yourself real quick? Or?
This is the chamber?
This is the chamber meeting. Go ahead and introduce. I'll get back to this and.
So, a couple of you, I recognize a few. I don't recognize everybody, but my name is Matthew Way. I am taking over for Henry Coleman, who was the captain of Mojave Roseland War on CSU, Kern County Sheriff's Office. I've been in for about 2 months, and yep, I've got some good news. So backgrounds is up and running, so we are going to be able to get more applicants in for volunteers.
Oh.
And, we're surviving, we're still around, even though we're not out as much. Been very low in numbers for a long time.
So how many is in CSU currently?
CSU across the county,
Oh, no, yeah.
less than 40
Let's
You may
Hours.
change the requirements of
for,
Let's see what you stand for.
Community service unit.
no, it's just,
Thank
they've
you.
been focusing on deputies for a long time. And, when somebody applies, they, historically, they have not, gotten a very snap to it response. And so people just get tired of waiting. And I'm hoping that has changed.
So how many CSU do we have in this area now?
3.
3? So it's you and who else, Jim?
Jim and Lieutenant.
Okay.
Ma'am, is Joe and Jim here?
They're not available right now. I'm sorry.
Any questions?
Anybody have any questions?
What was your name? I'm sorry.
Matthew?
Matthew Way?
Yep, W-A-Y.
Okay, nice. There it is. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
Good. You got any business cards?
We don't. We used to hand those out, but somebody put us out saying, something policy. This made sense, but let's try that again.
All right.
Sorry, I had to wash my hands.
That's okay. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Okay, so anyhow, back to membership. I did create a new form and we redid the website, so any donations, member payments, vendor payments, parade fee payments, parade vendor, you know, all that is now on the website and linked to our PayPal account. A lot of people say, well, we don't have PayPal. You can pay with a regular credit card on PayPal and just not become a member. There's an option to click where you don't have to save your information as a member and you just pay for it as a guest. But everything we got set up is on the website. Doesn't mean you can't pay by check and send it to us and all that, but we're just making it available. And this, anybody needs a membership application, we have, we're starting to use a lot of QR codes now, so this QR code is direct to the online payment, or you can actually send in a physical payment with a check and fill out the form. So,
I'll take one down. Do you know if you invoice us or he?
you know, I'm behind on all that stuff.
Okay, I'll check.
I got so much on my plate these days, it's been kind of hard for me to keep up with it, to be honest with you.
I'll find out.
Joe, it seems
So
like the
that's
construction
why I'm trying to make this stuff easier,
street construction, striping,
so it takes
all
some
that,
stuff off
it's
my
kinda-
plate as well.
Let's
really
get this from
It's hard for me to invoice.
It's public
Actually, that's
information,
Joe,
but it gets too
but,
complicated if you just.
to get us together with Joe to get all the invoicing now, unless somebody asks me directly and I send it to him and say, give me an invoice form.
Okay.
It's just not an automated thing right now.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
so, my plate with the chamber is like up here. Okay, so, I think Dave can attest to that. So, Dave's plate's full too. Me and Dave's been knocking out a lot of stuff, but it still keeps our plates full. So we do the best we can. I know we can improve on a lot of things administratively, but you know, just got a lot on our plates trying to get the sponsorships, donations, the events, and revenue. It's a lot of work on our part, and it is work. But anyhow, I just want to make everybody aware on the website, rosemeadchamber.org. Everything's on there if you want to do any kind of payment for any kind of service that we have. Okay. Dave, is there anything you wanted to mention?
Just want to mention a little bit about the event meetings that we have. Like Jack mentioned, it's open. We actually want more people coming in so that we can start to coordinate more of the events. So certain people just don't do it by themselves. We try to get a lot of individuals from different organizations. So we're asking for help. also asking for volunteers like the 4th of July. We're gonna need some people to help us with the safety portion of it, putting the buckets out in the street with water, watching the kids, making sure that they're protected and they have safety issues. So we wanna, be able to do that, but we need a lot of volunteers to help us. And I know it's kind of hard sometimes because we have families that we want to be with, but this would probably be a great time to bring your families and you can really enjoy the time that we're going to be there. And we're going to have vendors out there. So, and just like Jack mentioned, the vendors enjoyed the time that they were out there. So that means people are coming. And just so you're aware, we're trying to develop the community to understand we are doing events on a monthly basis. So that way it will attract people to come. We're trying to get the kids out there so they're not out there running around. And as you're well aware, we had just this week down on Diamond Street, about 6 businesses were broken into, the windows were broken into. So yeah, so we're trying to help that out, and by bringing the community together, I believe that'll help once we get to be able to share that with them. So that's the event center. The meetings are held at the chamber office, which is on Diamond Street. Could you give me the address one more time?
What, the chamber?
The chamber on
2861.
Okay, and it's always we're going to start it at 6:30, and it's usually on Tuesday. The next one is July the 16th. So if you can attend, we would appreciate it, and we want all the ideas so that we can have more events and be more fruitful. By the way, all the finances that are being picked up from these events are for the Christmas, so that we can buy more gifts for the kids for Christmas.
Well, it's kind of split up. Some of it's general funds for the chamber to operate.
Right.
But there is a lot of certain portions of it that's going strictly for the Christmas event. So, and then just to add, the purpose of the committee is kind of twofold. One purpose of the committee is that we're not stepping on multiple events at the same time, so that we as a community can coordinate a single event and everybody focus on that single event as it comes up in the community. So, secondly, is to gain more volunteers as a whole to help each other out on their events to be successful. So that's kind of one of the two main purposes of the committee. So,
Chairman, just, who's facilitating these meetings?
well, it's kind of under the auspice of the chamber, but not really dedicated just for the chamber.
So who is telling you, when you say overlapping dates, who is communicating with you dates that the district has?
Well, Fallon's part of the committee.
Okay, Fallon oversees a grant.
Right.
She would have nothing to do with district dates.
Well, the thing is, we're trying to get enough people in the committee that can tell us that.
Well, what we did, Barbara, is last year we had some events, and then with Fallon and the school, they had some events that they wanted to plan that kind of, we took some of the resources away, so that's why we're coordinating, so we're making sure we're not overlapping different events. Like she wanted to have a food drive, do a food drive there through the school, and we had one, and all the resources kind of went to us, so that's why we're all working together to keep making sure we're not overlapping and we're coming together working as a community that
The resources.
so not one group's pulling all the resources.
I understand that, Joe, but I think what you're not understanding from me is Fallon oversees a grant. She does not oversee the 6 schools. She oversees the Parent Community Center grant. So Fallon could say, I think that date is good, but let's say Tropico may be saying, well, we're having this event. We don't, there needs to be, I don't know.
Well, the other
So there needs to be a person from the school
Right.
that is on this committee so they can check back to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, Fallon, she does a great job as far as overseeing the grant and doing as many community things. I just don't want you guys to be upset because the chance of that if it doesn't go through Alma or myself, there's no way that Fallon could guarantee
So
you.
can
there's
she
not-
communicate with
So,
Alma so that you guys are getting the full story?
Yeah, I think that.
I guess with you saying that, what I'd like to see is somebody on your team to be part of the committee so we can be informed and help coordinate and promote the various events.
Yeah.
Or like a specific contact that you can ask for, right?
Right,
You know,
right.
these,
Or be
who's
part of the
main-
committee?
Who would be the first person to ask?
Yeah.
I
Join.
think, the last meeting that we had, Fallon did mention that she is really busy. And you know, she wanted someone else to be helping, from the district. And, you know, the last conversation that we had, Barbara, just so you know, we wanted to get the kids, the clubs that are there, let them have, like a vendor, and so they can sell stuff, so they can get monies, not just for the Chamber of Commerce, but also for the kids that are in the club, in the not car clubs, but.
Yeah, and see with us, that's a very touchy-feely situation because everything all the fundraising that is done in the school district for clubs, etc., let's say Rosamond High, early college campus, that has to filter through ASB. We're audited a couple of times a year, and that could be an audit finding if we're not doing things appropriately, I guess is the best word. And I certainly would not want an audit finding.
So can Alma be on the committee?
No.
No?
I'll be honest with you, when the committee was started, I was never invited. I would have thought I would have been invited if you're talking community things. I'm not trying to say, my days are crazy.
Yeah.
But, if you want to know what we can and cannot do, I don't know anybody else. Maybe Robert, the CBO, might be able to help you, but
Yeah, he's a good guy.
yeah.
He was real good with the 80
I just
wall.
want you to know, I'm not there because I was never invited.
Oh.
And be honest with you, when we started this, it was just kind of, let everybody know and see who comes and wants to be part of it. So we really didn't initially send out invitations. I apologize if it seems that way. So,
I was never let know. That's all I want you to know. So I don't attend if I'm not invited to
so
attend.
can we invite you?
Well, I mean, I don't want to step on Fallon. Fallon works for me, but I'm just telling you, I don't know that Fallon could answer all the questions when it comes to the 6 schools. She oversees a grant.
Dave, can you invite her to the next meeting?
No, I hear it loud and clear, and I appreciate that, and I all myself apologize for not inviting this part. But at the same time, it's really hard, because we don't know who wants to get involved. But you're right, we should reach out to whoever wants to come and be a part of that, and I think we just need to do a better job. And we're new at this, by the way.
Right. Yeah, we're growing as we go.
I'm sure you're doing.
So can I say this, Barbara? I would like for you to be a part of the event committee.
Thank you, and if it's a day I can be there, I certainly will.
All right. Let's do some introductions, since our guest speaker didn't show up today. Everybody take a couple minutes and tell us what you need to tell us about what's going on. So we want to start over here since Martha came in late.
Yes, sir. Sorry with a client, I apologize. My name is Marshall Coleman. I am CEO and director of Boys of Optimistic Manhood, or BOOM. It is for boys growing up in a home without a father or father figure. I actually have an event that I'm putting on this Saturday. We are having a tournament for Fortnite, Roblox, Street Fighter, and Mario Kart. So that is here in Rosemont that we are having for the kids. I have been going to different businesses out in this area. I've actually gotten more support so far from Lancaster. So I'm hoping I can get a little bit more support from Rosemont. I'm going up to California City today to kind of put out some flyers and let them know what's going on as well. Some of the children that I do see in this area are kind of mentor in this area. A lot of them say they don't have enough to do. Even one of the kids that's in trouble, that's constantly in trouble or into things or whatever, giving their mom or really foster parent a problem is they don't have enough to do. So I'm trying to bring more to the area as far as events are concerned. I'm actually trying to plan a water day as well, something fun for the kids to do during the summer. That way they're not just inside. I'm really big on the phone thing, kids being on their phone all the time. So that is something that I am currently working on as well. Bree here is allowing me to use her shop for the event, which is on Diamond Street. That is something that, you know, even talking to everyone here that we're trying to build up, I felt like it would be a good idea to have something on Diamond Street. I would like to inquire about one thing though. There's so many different buildings boarded up over there. So many different places. I want to see what is available and what possible way I can help as far as being in a space where I can provide for kids, whether it's during the summers or even after school during the school semester. I have access to gaming systems to where there is stuff they can do after they do their homework. I do have access to getting TVs and different PCs and different things like that, coloring stuff, whatever the case is. There should be something, almost what I do is similar to the Boys and Girls Club. I want a space for our children to be able to go after school. If their parents aren't home yet, there's somewhere that they can be where there's adult supervision and that they are safe. So that is something that I would like to work on in this area. We don't have, I haven't heard, and even some of the foster parents and some of the parents I've talked to have not heard of a place where they can do that for their kids. That is something I would like to do for our kids in this community. So once again, I always appreciate you guys' time and welcoming me here in your space. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marshall. You know, Marshall brings that up, and Joe, and maybe even France. When I came back to Rosemont, when I was going to high school here and everything, I remember actually having rec programs in the Lindauer building there. And they actually had rec staff there. And we haven't had for years, and that's one of the big problems here in this community with the youth. There is no place for them to go to a program of some sort, a rec program, and spend their time there. And that's actually the original reason I got involved in some of the groups here in Roseville before the chamber. And one of them is, I forgot the name of the program, the RCSD, nonprofit that Greg Wood was running. Can't remember the name of the organization. Technically, I'm still on the board, but I don't know what happened to that.
They actually abolished.
Did they finally abolish it?
Yes,
But that program was supposed to be for Parks and Rec programs initially. I guess what I'm asking, as a project, I would love to see if we can start working and requesting with the county to get some kind of rec program back in our community.
You know what?
Ac-
Because we need it desperately.
Actually, Roseman used to use
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Roseman used to use the building on the park grounds.
Right.
We could check out basketballs,
Right.
table tennis stuff.
Yeah,
And the
pool.
county was part of that. The county paid for the person that actually stayed there and took that stuff out and, signed people in that you could use this and you had to bring it back and all that. And we should bring that back because
Right.
the whole community was down there every night for Little League, and people didn't do Little League to do that and some other things. So we ought to just bring that back. It was very
Who could we
successful.
talk to for that?
So I'm the District 2 representative for Eastern Kern County for the
Okay.
Board of Supervisors. And that's something that's kind of been on my mind, that needs to be revived.
Yeah.
There is a lack of recreation programs in unincorporated Kern County. So it's probably gonna take a lot of work, but that's something that we could
I figured it'd take a lot of
Yeah,
work.
Jack.
No,
I think-
absolutely, but I'm
I think it
just
needs to be a
saying-
serious project
Yep,
to work
yep,
on.
yep.
One,
No,
one-
I-
yeah, one of the things I brought up, but it's so much red tape, is the RCSD building on on 20th right there. If somehow giving that back to the county and turning that back in, but with talking with Kim and all that, we might get the Assemblyman's office involved. But I guess there's so much red tape that if they do something like that, they have to offer it to other nonprofits, and it becomes a convoluted mess.
They have to offer to every nonprofit in the state.
Huh?
They have to offer to every nonprofit in the state.
So that's what I'm saying. If maybe we could get the Assemblyman's office and see if there's some loopholes or something we could.
Well, I don't think the 20th Street is the location it should be at. The building at Glendar is already been scheduled for being revamped.
Right,
Through the county.
right, and that,
And there's no reason why they shouldn't upgrade that building so we have an actual county rec center with county people there working, running programs.
That building's
Youth
dangerous,
program.
it's dangerous now.
I'm not saying it's not.
It's rehab, they're rehabbing it too, by
it's
the way.
it's on the queue for a rehabilitation
Right.
through RenewBiz,
Right.
which is the organization of the solar and wind companies. They contribute to this, and that's where the money's coming from. So it's a RenewBiz grant that's going to rehab the Glendower community building.
So if we were able to get, when the Glendower building, Glendower Park, there's the skate park over there, if we were to get that building rehab, and I don't know, we'd have to sit down with the county and all that, would that be something you'd be interested in running a program out of that county?
I just want to put me in any type of space. I don't mind dedicating the time to do that. And then as far as the school, like you said, like after school,
Yeah, like I was talking about the schools.
like even with the schools, letting the schools know like that is there, like that is a place that they can be, that is a place they can go after school.
Well, I run
Do you
two
have a card?
programs for City of Lancaster Parks and Recs. And it's not so much getting the people, but they have to be vetted. Okay, I have to be live scanned, not only for adults, but for children as well.
Well, yeah, we are. I'm fingerprinted and everything. There's actually different schools I talked to.
And I'm not saying you're not.
Right.
My
You
only
just
point
need-
was there's more
Yeah, yeah.
to creating that program than just having people help.
Well, which is why I was saying that this would be it would be a big thing.
It would be a big
Which is
thing.
perfectly fine. I'm not opposed to big things.
Yeah.
Just start somewhere.
But yeah, I mean.
Is that
I-
something that we can get RMAC to get involved with as a
Definitely.
project and report on? And
So it sounds to me like the county at one point had recreation programs.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
And I don't know what happened to them.
It's just cost cutting, that's all.
And that's, yeah, but the county is in better shape financially now
Right.
than it has been in the past. And so they're trying to rebuild,
I mean, it may
public
take,
safety and,
it may take 5-10 years, but still something that we need to get
no,
going.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because that's one of the major issues. That's been my big legacy as a person.
Sure.
Is when I came back, is to get that program going again.
Sure.
And I can't stress enough how important that program is.
No, and I appreciate that, and I've had constituents ask me about, you know, what can we do to build up youth programs?
We're trying to get everything.
And this has just been in the last few months, because I've only been doing this since January.
Right.
So,
Now I have something too to add. So my shop is on Diamond Street or whatever, and I was told that Diamond Street was supposed to be thriving by now. They were going to be doing this, that, and this and that. It's very chaotic over there. No one wants to go over there. They don't feel safe, and so on and so forth. You know. So for the business owners that's there, we're not grabbing anybody past. You're going to send a freeway at this point, and that's. You know what I'm saying? My business is very nice. You know what I'm saying? How I handle my business is very nice. But I'm losing people because of the streetwalkers, and you know what I'm saying? People are breaking in and out. They broke into my place as well, and I'm a whole hair salon, and they didn't take anything besides nothing. You know what I'm saying? But they just broke in. You know what I'm saying?
that's a
Senseless.
violation, sure.
So I'm next door to the cafe that I think is West Side Cafe that they closed down.
Yeah.
Now I have people, clients that tells me that people are taking baths over there now. That person is no longer there. They still pay the rent because we all are in the same, you know, contract with the person that we're renting from. That's his building too. So what are they doing with these buildings that's available? Like, you're gonna say, even like the Boys and Girls Club, you're gonna say, who is it? Who do we talk to as far as grabbing them, fixing them up, trying to see what we can do to build this community up a little bit better? Because everything is just sitting and boarded up. It's just like, these people come over there and they like frightened for their life. You're gonna say that my clients are like older or retired or lawyers or even on base. I get a lot of base clients. So they like, when they go out, they like, what the, you're like this, and then we go out and it's like, what the, you know? So it's like, for me, it's like, what can I do? Because I'm younger, but everybody around me are a little bit older, so they're stuck in their ways. They're stuck in the way that this is what it needs to be. And I'm trying to bring awareness for my, you know what I'm saying, my age group. I'm a foster parent too. I have 3 little babies. It's nothing for them to do. I run programs out of my salon as well, like grading classes and this and that, and you know what I'm saying, try to give back as much. But even when I go to these pop-up shops out here, it's nothing. Like, I'm not getting anything at all. No support whatsoever, because everyone's afraid of Diamond Street. And it's like, I don't want people to be afraid of Diamond Street. So it's like, what can we do as a community to kind of make Diamond Street be something great again? Like, you get what I'm saying? Or even if it was, I don't know, you're going to say
You know
it,
what needs to happen is we need somebody to organize the other business owners. I'm
Okay.
part of the Sheriff Advisory Council. I'll get the sheriff down here for neighborhood watch. We just need somebody to take the lead and let me know. You can reach out to me. I'll be in contact with Karen. We'll get the sheriffs out here. We'll have them come out and talk about neighborhood watches, business watches.
Right.
We just need somebody who's involved, because I'm having some of the issues I'm facing is with transportation, getting people places. A lot of people live on dirt roads.
right.
I'm advertising on all the social media. How many people are having issues getting transportation out? Nobody's responded. And I can't fix a problem, because when I go to the county and say, hey, we got this problem, well, how's it a problem? Who's complaining?
Right. It needs transportation,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I need somebody to take the lead, and I'll jump right on it. I'll
Right,
get
and
you
see,
all
that's
that.
how I am too, but everybody look at me like, oh, you're young, you don't know anything.
No,
It's
no.
like, I do, you know what I'm
You
saying?
need that
So it's-
energy. Keep
you
it
know,
coming.
I'm
Keep it
trying
coming.
to, and I went to school out here, so it's like, I'm familiar with the area, you know, I went to high school out here, you know, I know a lot of the people that's still out here, because the kids grew up together, some of them are in the places of you guys now, like, you know, so it's like, what is going on? How can we make this better for everybody? You know what I'm saying? Diamond Street's supposed to look like Lancaster Boulevard at this point. You know what I'm saying? I know it takes years, don't get me wrong, but I'm just, you know, yeah.
You got the vision. We
I
want
think
to
we
make
need
that.
to move on, but
Yeah.
I did want to just add one thing. The reason and purpose of the RMAC is they are an advisory council. They don't have any power with the county, but their duty is to take concerns of the community that has been brought to the RMAC. And then as advisory council should write letters
Right.
to the county advising us of our situations and working with the county to try to develop a project to address our concerns. So it would, those exact same comments should also be expressed at the RMAC meeting,
Okay.
because that is an official county meeting.
It's an advisory council.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not a policy setting entity.
Right.
Got you.
So the RMAC, Rosemont Municipal Advisory Council is an advisory council. It's,
To the county.
It's
To the
meeting
county.
tonight also.
yeah.
Okay, we'll be there. Yeah.
It's at Hummel Hall at 6
Yes.
o'clock.
Yeah, we will be-
Okay,
we will be
but,
there.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
learning.
the-
Like I said, I'm learning. Like I don't
Sure.
get any information either. So it's like,
and to the point that, Joel made, I'm sorry, I know who you are. You know what I'm gonna call you? J-Mac, because that's his email. I'm gonna call him J-Mac.
perfect.
Yeah, I'm K-Dog.
Right.
Actually, that's not my email, but I have a friend who calls me K-Dog. But to his point, the county did provide some upgrades to Diamond Street
Yes.
with the lights and the flower
Yeah.
beds and all that.
They spent several million.
Yeah, they spent some money on, to upgrade Diamond Street. But the connection between the private businesses that
That's
own the
exactly-
property,
Yeah.
that part.
that's the link in the chain that needs to be welded.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the county can only do so
So much. Exactly.
Law enforcement can only do so much. code compliance can only do so much.
Right, so we gotta get to those business owners. That's
So it's the business
Yeah, it
owners
is.
that's
So you
kind of
need
the
to
missing
organize
link.
the business owners. I'll call the DA and have her come in. She needs to hear.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's these businesses who are getting greedy that are renting to the illegal pot shops and stuff
Yes.
like that are
Because
creating
they've
the
been
problem.
raided again. They were
So
raided again
if you
last
guys
month.
can organize and get a group together, I don't
I
mind
just need to know
inviting.
how.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing
So-
it. I need to know how. Someone would sit down and meet.
I mean, I can meet with
mentor
you. Just let me know when you're
that way.
available.
I
We'll
can
sit
def-
down, have lunch, and
Yes.
and I'll
We can
help
definitely
you.
do that.
Okay.
You know, I didn't even know there was a ice cream
Thank
shop
you.
down
Thank you.
there. Because it's so cool to go down there.
Oh, no, excuse me.
You're
No,
okay.
you're fine.
You're fine.
What's going on in my world? Okay, my world is, we're a little crazy right now. We are finishing up within the next month the Tropico Middle School project. If you've been out there, the new side, the 28 new classrooms is there, and the track. It's almost done. They're just doing what they call
Punch list.
punch list. Thank you, Fran. Where they're going through to just make sure that contractors have dotted every I and crossed every T. Of course, on the other side, the old campus, we are painting it, the old side, to match the new buildings. And we took out a bunch of trees, some really, really big trees, but they were impacting our sewer and all that stuff. So there's a lot of work that's gonna be done. Hopefully we can get it done before August 14th. That's the first day of school. So that's Tropico. High school cafeteria is coming along. We haven't put the stucco yet, but we're getting closer and closer to stuccoing that new building.
When's that gonna be ready?
We hope that building is ready in December, depending on the weather, how kind the weather is to us. December, maybe early January, hopefully in time for the 60th anniversary of Roseman High. My plan is to celebrate an event inside that new cafeteria, but we'll see how that goes. We're in the second week of we have 2 summer schools. This is the first summer school, and we're in the second week of it. All of the summer school kids at Tropico are attending at the high school because that campus has so much going on. We cannot have kids over there right now.
How long is it? 6 weeks?
Summer school is 2 3-week sessions for a total of 6 weeks. So yeah. Let's see, what else? We're just came back from a conference last week for the community school grant. Fallon did an excellent job. We had 31 people there from Southern Kern, including Joel attended the conference. It was in Hollywood. So it was really good to see such a great representation from the community at this conference. We learned a lot. Let's see what else. Just still short some teachers. You know of anybody who wants to come out of retirement or wants to teach? We still have some openings. Just had a principal resign today, so I'll be posting for a new principal for the site as well. So yeah, just it's always testing, always looking for both classified, certificate, and management people from time to time. So yeah, we're just busy.
Thank you, Barbara. Frank?
Hi everybody, Frank with WM. We have the bulky waste collection event, the next one coming up July 6th, right here in Roseman at our Roseman Yard on Sierra Highway. I'll be sending out the flyer to Joel from now on, and so he can get that posted on social media. There's also an event that we're sponsoring this weekend in Boron. It's the Boron Local Fest. It's from 12 to 5 p.m. at Boron Park. You're gonna have water slides, bounce houses, popcorn, hot dogs, snow cones, vendors, lots of fun. So maybe go from 12 to 1 and then take your boys over to Boom from 2 to 7. So they have a nice fun time on Saturday. And that's it for here right now. We did have the dump day, or the Kern County sponsored through WM, the dump day on June 8th, where we were able to bring tires. I don't know if anybody participated in that, how that went. But that's it.
Been a busy month. Fran, Karen and I met with the Director of Aging and Adult Services, got some issues taken care of for the seniors. And then Karen and I met with Code Compliance and had an interesting meeting, a good meeting.
Yeah, it was real good.
Just to give you an idea, in May we had 63 dump sites cleaned up, 188 dump sites cleaned up on the roadways in 2024, 298 miles cleaned countywide, 1,186 cleaned countywide, 54 tons collected countywide, and 259 tons collected. 54 tons collected in May, and then 259 tons of garbage collected 2024. And one of the interesting things we found out, and I'm going to be speaking in front of the board hopefully at the next board meeting, is that the county just goes and cleans these up. There's no repercussion for people dumping right now. So they're actually rewarding for people for going out in the desert and dumping. And until you hit somebody's pocketbook hard, and it hurts, I don't think we're going to solve the problem. So that's what I'm gonna impress upon the board, is the policy needs to be looked at, that if they can prove who's ever dumping, there needs to be financial consequences to them for the cleanup and the cost and recouping. I mean, we're talking 159 tons of garbage that is being picked up, and there's nobody paying for that. So, and then I wanted to thank Barbara for inviting me to that conference. It opened my eyes to, I always thought, it's a school district problem with the kids and all that, but it takes a community to run a school district. It really takes everybody to be involved, and there's a lot of, you got homeless issues, and you got kids that don't have a place to take a shower. They come to school and they have hygiene problems, and it's just not school issues. I mean, it's a social society issue that we all need to work on together. And then
Joel, can I piggyback on
Yeah.
Joel one struck something? Currently, with my school data, we're not declining enrollment, we're growing enrollment. 11% of the students, let me repeat that, 11% of the students in Southern Kern are designated homeless.
Wow.
So like I said, it's a society. We all got to come together and help out and do what we can to provide the needs, and that's where the county comes in. We got county programs. There's third-party people that we can get involved in. That no, and I haven't been told no. I'm a firm believer. No doesn't kill me. No's not going to hurt me. And I haven't been told no by the county. Karen hasn't told me no yet either. And she's probably frustrated with me with all the stuff I put on her.
It might not be a definitive yes, but it's not a no.
Not a no. And then next month, July, it just got confirmed, we have the honor of having Assemblyman Lackey as our guest speaker at our RMAC meeting. So he will be there. So we've got to get the word out. Here's our July meeting. So he will be there. He confirmed, and he will be there. So any questions we have on the state, and I'm so frustrated with people, and I apologize with my abruptness on social media. I'm tired of the keyboard warriors that want to complain, and we put the pool hours out, and within 2 minutes, people are complaining, oh, we only have a half hour for Adult Swim, we got this, we got that, and be thankful we have a pool 5 days a week for the kids. And I'm just telling people, it is what it is. If you need more hours, prove it to me. Show me that there's a need, and I'll ask. But anything it seems like we're trying to do, you get the keyboard warriors out there that just want to
Delete and delete often.
We always can get those, but the problem in our community in general, it's not that anybody is at fault. It's not that we don't have a collective getting together
and going to the county about our concerns. And everybody can come here and scream, you know, all they want, county don't hear it. You know, county doesn't hear it. But people go to the board meetings, now the county hears it. People go to the RMAC meeting, county hears them, or it gets documented, county hears it.
So one of the big issues, and I want to challenge this group, and we've had this discussion, Fallon and I have had this discussion at RMAC. We have social media, but there's a lot of people not on social media. How can we get word out to the community besides social media? That is the big challenge right now. We're talking about, you know, the idea of coming up with a big billboard in town, but that, I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars for something like that. But how can we get the word out without using social media? Because I get that complaint all the
I'll be honest. My best interactions have been in person with the flyers.
Yeah, they want to see you.
They want to see. Being able to talk to people and let them know what it is you're doing, why you're doing. It's a different interest than just posting on social media. So they do canvassing. The reaction to canvassing has been much better. And social media is just easier because it's just post, put it out there. It is a lot of work canvassing, but it is definitely efficient.
As a professional in that area, to properly advertise social media, you have to have one dedicated person. That's their entire job, every single day, 8 hours a day. Because it's not just Facebook, it's not just Instagram, it's Pinterest, everything out there that's in social media. If you don't cover all that at one time, your word don't get out. Because everybody's interest as a whole, digitally, is different. There's people that aren't gonna go on Facebook, there's people that are not gonna go on Instagram, there's people that are not gonna go on Pinterest. I mean, if you don't cover all those bases, your word isn't gonna get out.
And content too. I think content is another thing. You have to show, you have to be like creative. Just posting it, that's gonna go right over their head. You know what I'm saying? It definitely has to be some type of video, some type of, you know what I'm saying, how we have the press here, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, I think they need to see. You know, the energy. They wanna know. If it's fun, I need to see that it's fun. If it's serious, I need to know that it's serious. You know what I'm saying? They wanna see it besides just posting it, you know? But you're right. I agree. It definitely needs some type of, that's the hardest. That is a challenge.
So proper advertising is every single digital media there is, plus posters, plus in person, plus on the counters of all businesses.
We all just need to work
Who
together.
has that time? Nobody has that time. Unless you're a professional, hired 8 hours a day to do specifically that, and 1 or 2 or 3 businesses, it would take 10 people to cover all the businesses with them and all that. So there is no real good solution on advertising unless you're willing to pay somebody $150,000 a year to do it. And that's exactly what it would take. So the best we can do is share it with everybody, our social media, their social medias. Sometimes they share it, sometimes they don't. You know, the big events, they usually share everywhere, you know. So maybe we start or maybe Amanda start a monthly YouTube.
Right. And
events.
I'm learning as I'm going. I'm seeing what is, good. Like a lot of people don't know that there is a Roseman newspaper, and we get a lot of our subscribers are older people. So I need to start going to the middle generation, my generation, and letting them know that there are events going on. And that's the problem, is that a lot of people don't know. And right now with everybody, what they're saying is we all have to kind of work together. If you guys send me the flyers, I can put them in. If they're PSAs, they're no cost. If they're benefiting the community, they're no cost. And then getting invites to go to these events, that's the big thing. But I need to, like she said, you need to go in person. An email gets either bounced back, or it doesn't work, or they'll say they're not in, and you call at a certain time, they're not there. People want to see you, and that's what I'm learning, is people want to see your face.
So Dave, make sure she's at our next.
Yes, we already spoke.
Hey, one other quick thing. In July 11th, Roseman is going to be hosting the East Kern Economic Alliance meeting at RCSD at 2 o'clock.
Oh.
So it's our community's
Richard.
turn to host it. So we'll be hosting
July 11th?
July 11th at RCSD at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock. RCSD 2.
Write it down somewhere.
Remind me.
And it's the, what is it, Economic Alliance?
Yeah.
East Kern Economic
Thank you.
Alliance.
Okay, who's next? Frank, Joe, Dave, and Linda?
We're from Family Faith Center on Desert Street in Elm on the corner there. We've been here about 12 years, and we know what you're talking about.
Thank you, sir.
And I've heard many stories about Rosemont, but we're a church, and what we do is we reach out to the community in regards to food. That's how one way that we can reach out. We work with young people. I've done training in regards to apprenticeship training, things like that, what you're probably doing already, and I know that the school district is going to be doing some type of work like that. So what we're doing is we're feeding the people twice a month, and we have feed around maybe 400 to 500 people that we do on those months. And we just started. I announced it on Sunday that we wanted to adopt a church. So what we're going to help is go to a church and help them clean up their area on the outside, because we want to make it presentable, not just our church, but other churches that are there. So that's something that we're going to start in July. So we're going to reach out in that. So that's kind of what our little community is doing.
You brought up a good point. You know, the Baptist church that's sort of defunct.
That's the first one.
That would be a great place to have all kinds of functions for the kids, because that is a big,
It is.
big thing, and we gotta really think hard about this as a community, because that houses a lot of rooms,
Yep.
and it's just not being used.
Let me talk to Pastor Mike for you
Yes, please. We would
and
love
make the
to.
connection with you.
Yeah.
We can get with him.
Because even if we can do like an after school program, like, you know what I'm saying?
They've given out clothes
Right.
there at different times too,
Yeah.
and all kinds of things, and it's not on Diamond Street.
Yeah, he's-
Exactly. I know exactly where he's at,
Yes.
actually, yeah.
So, I've seen that, but like I said, there's only a few people, but I just think we need to engage with those guys a lot,
Yeah.
because we could rehab that place.
He's got a good little community building right there that
Yes,
needs a lot of
yes,
work,
yes.
but it's doable.
Okay.
Okay.
Those
well, thank you.
solar
We
fields would
appreciate
help,
that.
would probably help a lot if we can actually, and it's simple.
And there's also another building that you may be considering. It's on B Street, and Pastor Sean from Hope Chapel in Courts Hill owns that property,
That's another good place.
and they've given it to us for a couple of years. Do whatever you want to do on it. So that's their mentality to help this community. So I'll make sure that you contact with Pastor Sean on that one.
Okay.
Okay, so there's two buildings that you can possibly look at.
Yes, definitely getting the church involved is like,
Okay?
All right. Amanda?
My name is Amanda. I'm with the Roseman News. If you can't reach me like right now, right here, I can give you guys my phone number. But we're very, very interested in anybody that has like events, flyers to put in our paper. If anybody invites us, like we've covered the appreciation, we did Little League, I cover RMAC, and you know any events that I don't have covered. If you guys send me an email, I'll do my best to cover it. If not myself, I'll have somebody cover it for me. But we'd love to put it in the paper. Even if I can't make it, if you guys just want to send like a picture or two and put it in the paper, just showing that this community is, you know, busy and it's not, I don't want to say it's boring because it's not boring, but RCSD, it's not just those. There's a lot of events going on that we don't cover. Unfortunately, it's only myself and my husband right now. So we're trying to get more, like, if you guys can help me, I'm like letting my little sister try to cover a couple things and trying to get it in the paper so that there's more fun things. And like he says, there's a list of things that are going on in Rosemont, and I'd love to cover them all. Unfortunately, I can't, but if you guys help me, I can put it in. Like you said, you have the waste thing. I don't think we have a flyer in our paper for that, But if we
do we email or text it?
I'll get your email just because I think you have my prior boss's email.
Okay.
So he's retired already. So I'm covering for John. I don't know if you know John. Yeah.
Don't you have a public event calendar?
Yes, we do actually have a public event calendar.
Because we was discussing at our meeting last night, or the night before, whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
that getting all the community events, a list of them.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I do that at the end of the month. Yeah, that would help a lot because I try to cover them because I know RCSD and SKUSD, they sometimes fall on the same night and sometimes they don't. So it's kind of good to know more or less. And I'm lucky you guys have it on YouTube. I'm really, really thankful for that you guys have it on YouTube. That I can cover both things at the same time, like RCSD and the SKUSD. But yeah, having an updated calendar would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, that's all.
Okay. Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Fran, anything you wanna expel to the community?
I'm just busy doing my thing.
Just busy?
Calling here, Fran's hotline.
Friends online.
Thanks, Fran. Karen?
So, we're still moving, we're still kicking, we're putting one foot in front of the other, and we're still doing our jobs. Let me just say that. I want to add something, I want to add to J-Mac's, that's his email. I want to add to J-Mac's point there. He talked about the dump sites having cleaned up the debris. This cracks me up. Kern County has a mattress recycling program. It is a thing. And I don't understand why so many people are losing sleep. Countywide, in the month of May, there were 243 illegally dumped mattresses picked up. In just May. 205 were recycled or sent to the recycling program. For the countywide, for the year to date, 767, with 671 total recycled. So it's Public Works is doing their job.
Yeah, no, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, they're doing their job.
Is that strictly Public Works or is that in coordination with Waste Management?
It's strictly Public Works.
Strictly?
Yeah,
So-
Waste Management is a privately held company, and they're known
Yeah,
as
I knew it was.
WM. Not to say that WM and the county doesn't coordinate on things, they do, but there are actually crews of Public Works workers who go out and do the cleanups and that sort of thing. Sometimes, depending on the situation, they will contract with the company to do a cleanup because it can be a tax issue. You know, if it's a really egregious violation, then they'll get a company to go in and clean up. And then that company gets paid for through the county, but then the tax roll gets, dinged for it. The taxpayer gets dinged for it that owns that property.
I wanted to add to that. I got a call or a message. Hey, he actually had a video. He was riding home at night about midnight, getting off in that little railroad that goes out to the gravel pit. Somebody dropped off 27 mattresses in the middle of the road at night. And he sent me the video and said, "Can you get this cleaned up?" Well, I did. I actually called Waste Management, and you guys came and did it the next day as soon as it got daylight. But
It makes no sense because, like she mentioned, there's programs and
Right.
WM, we collect them for free too. But even, residents in Kern County, they can come to the landfill for free and dispose of their waste. I hear that outside of the landfills where residents can come and dump for free, that people will literally come and dump right outside of the landfill illegally.
yeah,
And so it's not even a matter of transportation.
Right.
It's not a matter of
They just-
people are gonna do it.
I think sometimes people get put off if they have to wait in line. And
There's always something.
The landfills are busy, and sometimes you have to wait in line and wait your turn.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's what their answer is we're just gonna dump it outside on the.
Because someone will come and get it.
Some people
well,
get upset
it looked
if I
like
can't go on
these
Facebook, please show
mattresses
me.
are awfully used, so
Right.
it looked like they maybe came from
But
us.
anyway, countywide,
I don't know, it was
we're
nasty.
moving ahead and doing our jobs.
But thank you guys.
Yeah, Jack, this talking about getting frustrated eventually the squeaky wheel gets the oil. I don't know. I think we worked on it for about 10 years. We finally got the county to come in and take down the old Texaco station across from Pastra. That happened within the last month.
And
so.
we saw that, and I was like,
Yeah.
when are they going to, because like I said, I've been out here for so long, I'm like,
So eventually, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and we get the things done.
Thank
the county,
God, 'cause
yeah,
I'm
the
like-
owner didn't want to do anything. The county's going to be sending him a hefty bill on that demolition project. So
Now, they didn't do the EPA cleanup though, that's the EPA hazard stuff.
Those tanks are gone.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're
Yes,
Oh, the
gone.
tanks are gone.
yeah.
Yes.
It looks like a whole nother
It looks-
area.
Yeah, we was like, what is something missing over there?
Okay, great. Amanda with?
Angela.
Angela, yeah, let's start with an A, sorry.
Hi, I'm Angela Allen. I am the field representative for Assemblyman Tom Lackey. I know that there's a lot of talk about theft and everything. There's a lot going on in Sacramento regarding Prop 47. There was a retail theft package that was introduced. However, they are trying to introduce a poison pill package that will add language to make most of that inoperable. If in November, the Homelessness, Drug Addiction, and Theft Reduction Act passes. So the Assemblyman's working very hard with his constituents up there to fight that. Several of the Assemblyman's bills, unfortunately, were killed in appropriations. However, of 7 that are left, there was a few that are really important to him. AB 2645 seeks to include special alerts as justifiable cause for transportation agencies to share license plate reading data from toll lanes with California Highway Patrol on anybody that has been requested from an Amber Alert, Ebony Alert, and Feather Alert, including time and location that vehicle was identified, so that'll help with missing children and any kind of abductions and anything like that. AB 2730 allows sexual assault forensic examination programs to find a physician in any specialty to consult and oversee standard operating procedures and the furnishings of medications. And secondly, it prevents disqualification of testimony of qualified healthcare professionals who are experts in sexual assault forensic exams based on misrepresentation of the current penal code. And then AB 3083 will ensure that subjects of domestic violence with restraining orders surrender all known firearms immediately, and this will help reduce the incidence of gun violence and murder victims of domestic violence. So that's what we have right now, and of course there's a lot going on with the budget, but I don't have a lot of updates since it's still ongoing. If you guys have any issues with DMV, with EDD or any other state agencies, I can help you with that. I do have business cards, and if you need any further updates regarding the retail theft and poison pill packages, feel free to email us. We also have information going out on the Assemblyman's social media that you can sign a petition to stop the poison pill package.
Can I talk to you?
Is it? All right, thank you.
And of course, they'll be out in July.
Do you know the date in July will be out?
the 11th.
Lila, are you done?
No, I'm sorry. No, July 18th. I'm sorry, July 18th.
July 18th, yes.
18th.
We have a
18th.
mine
better.
tour.
Yeah, 18th. Yeah,
Better.
18th.
No, we'll be at a mine tour on July 11th.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll be out here on
The
Tuesday.
I'll be
18th.
in Knoxville.
July 18th, is
All
when
right.
he's coming out here?
Yeah. Mine.
And then he said the current alliance is what?
It's July 11th.
July 11th. Okay.
I think we can invite.
All right. So as far as myself, and actually Dave also, next year I'm gonna be running the chamber. I'm gonna be selling my house, moving up north. Hopefully, a house next to my daughter on the lake, up in Clear Lake. Kind of looking forward to that. But this community has been a big part of my life over the years, and I'm hoping before I leave, I can get a strong enough community group going. I love the way the chamber meetings been going. I like the RMEC meetings, but I'm hoping to set a stage with getting the right people in the right direction to where we can get stuff done in this community after I'm gone, and not have it all just dissipate. and that happens a lot of times. I'm hoping that's not the case. I think we got some really good people in the community now, with the right focus. So I feel pretty good about that actually. And, Joel's been doing a lot, Fran's been doing a lot. School's been doing a ton, Barbara. And, you know, it's really got some good direction going. I just hope it stays that way. And, I'm gonna be busy between now and get ready to sell my house next year in spring.
I can do anything I want.
We go. So, I wanna thank everybody for coming, being part of these meetings and all the other community meetings, and I hope it continues. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for having us.